Chương trình này được bảo trợ bởi
Family Joy, tổ ấm y tế của mọi gia đình, 714 898 0765.
Hi, welcome back to the OC Health and Education Show on Little Saigon TV. I'm your host, Julie Yip. Today, we're continuing our conversation with Mark Paredes, the Senior Manager at Clever Care. We today have learned that Clever Care has so many opportunities for our seniors to get engaged, creating a community center, and also having the Doc Talk, which is a monthly events for them to learn different things about Medicare and different topics. But also, your work at the Heritage Museum, Mark, really creates a space for our families to come together. I love seeing pictures of kids and parents and seniors coming to enjoy this space. So, as you know, I work in the disability space. And when I work with people on the spectrum or people with disabilities, they learn through different modalities. A traditional program is learning with your eyes and your ears in a classroom. But at the Heritage Museum, it's a really immersive experience, a lot of hands-on, touching, feeling, and really just even running around, moving about the space. How many acres is it? And what are some of the activities that the family can enjoy there?
Well, I just want to say the museum ground is huge. I think many people, when they first find the museum, the thing that I hear is, I never knew was here.
Right.
It's
like a hidden gem.
They call it a hidden gem, but after this show, we want to make it known as a destination point for many families. I think what makes the museum very unique is there's multiple aspects about the museum. We have a nature preserve on the grounds that has wildlife. We had the summer bloom of flowers. It's also known as the highest natural point in Santa Ana.
Is it?
We have a farm where kids can learn kids and adults and families can learn how to grow different vegetables and type of plants. We have a blacksmith shop that we have real live forgers who are doing blacksmith work, making iron and bending steel.
So just understanding history and learning about history a little bit.
Learning about history, seeing history, and experiencing history, right?
Okay.
We also have an orange grove. Some people, those are disappearing, right? So if you want to see just a taste of how orange groves look like, there's a beautiful place for you to take pictures. But there's so much to do aside from the historical house that it was founded on, that also immerse people when you go into the house, to be able to see some of the objects that these first families used when they first came to Orange County or to California.
When was that house built, do you know? It's like 1800s or?
I believe it was 1885 or so, a lot earlier.
Okay.
But it's standing the test of time. One of the house, unfortunately, is still being renovated, but it is a real gem. I think the fact that you could experience and see how life was with folks who are coming to a new location. And I think in many ways we experience being an immigrant coming to a new country. Many of our family members who came, we all have our challenges, and you could kind of see how people lived.
Oh, okay. So in addition to being like a little hiking trail for families and seniors to come in and enjoy the outdoors, there's also a museum to see and experience part of history.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think for me, just being able to escape and get out and do something different. We spend a lot of times either behind the television or looking at our phones, and but to be able to experience something new. Like you said, there's a little walking trail not very far, and you get to see some natural wildlife. At this last week, the OC Park had brought out some owls and some of the birds that are natural to the area, and you would have known that they're all around us, but they are. And this space is a little bit of a piece of nature that's tucked in a very urban setting.
Well, Mark, thank you so much for sharing, the great experience that families can have when they go to the Heritage Museum, and making sure that people feel invited to bring their kids out and bring their family out to enjoy it, because it's not just a museum to see history, but it's really to experience history and also just to enjoy nature. Thưa quý vị, hôm nay Mark muốn mời quý vị có thời gian thì tới tham dự cái chương trình của Heritage Museum of Orange County. Mark nói đó là nhiều lúc mà mọi người tới thăm tới center đây, họ thấy là họ không có biết là rất là lớn, là mấy acre luôn. And cái nhà đây là cũng là 1860 mấy. Và cái main house là một cái chỗ mà nhiều người tới làm đám cưới hay cái gì đang mướn cho đám cưới. Mà thiệt ra trước nhất là một cái đây là cái nature preserve, để cho khi nào quý vị muốn tới đi bộ với gia đình ngắm nature thì đó là rất là vui. Mà thêm cũng có một cái museum để cho mình thấy cho con của mình với gia đình của mình được experience history, là trong cái lịch sử hồi xưa người ta sống làm sao cho mình thấy. Julie thấy là trong cái mùa Covid với trong chúng even mùa hè mình muốn tìm cái gì, cái chương trình gì để cho gia đình mình tới tham dự cho vui, thì Julie cũng mời quý vị có thời gian tới Heritage Museum of Orange County. I just wanted really to invite the community to come out to the Heritage Museum. But also, Mark, you know, some people say, well, I don't have money and times are hard. Is it very affordable to go there? Is it expensive to get in? What should people expect?
So there is an admission if you want to go visit the houses, but the grounds are open for free.
Okay.
Many of the community events that I shared with you, whether it's the Dino Days, Dinosaurs to People event, we're going to be having a night market that's going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks.
So anything open air event, basically, it's free. It's just only when they go into the old house and look at the artifacts and exhibits.
Yes, and it's really important because the museum is a non-profit.
Yes.
And so how we
all need funds to maintain it.
And exactly, and so the very little that we do goes back to making sure we preserve history. But the grounds is beautiful. You're more than welcome to come and visit, and we also look for sponsorships in terms of partnering up with different groups who are able to want to work with the museum. But we also want to make sure that we open the museum up for groups that want to have an event out there.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you so much for the invitation and for sharing all the great resources that are available in the community. Is there any last words that you have for our community as we close out the program today?
Just want to say very blessed to be here. Thank you very much for allowing me to share a little bit about the work that Clever Care is doing, serving our senior community, and the work that we're doing with the Heritage Museum and trying to make sure that there's an open space for many of our families to be able to enjoy.
And you know, with kids, you know, they do need an open space to run around and have fun. And I like that you care so much about the educational component, because when the family is healthy, the kids are able to learn and just be the sponge. So thank you for all you do for making sure that our community maintains our mental wellness and physical wellness, and also continue to be a contributing member of the community, Mark. So thank you so much for all that you do. Julie, cảm ơn quý vị khán giả. Hôm nay Julie có thời gian nói chuyện với Mark PAREDES, Senior Manager of Clever Care. Mà hôm nay cái chương trình là Julie hy vọng nhấn mạnh thêm là cái làm sao mình access education and healthcare. Nhiều lúc người cao niên có cái khó khăn để cho hiểu về Medicare, về giấy tờ, về Medical, thì Clever Care có cái community center cho quý vị tới tham dự, đó là 1600 Bosa Avenue. Chừng nào quý vị có thời gian thì tới tham dự. Có câu hỏi gì thì có một người đó, có người trực tiếp trả lời câu hỏi của cao quý vị. Nếu quý vị có câu hỏi thì cũng có một cái số điện thoại, có người Việt Nam sẵn sàng bắt điện thoại, đó là 833 808 8163. Một lần nữa 833 808 8163. Mark cũng muốn cho quý vị số điện thoại trực tiếp cho liên lạc Mark. Số điện thoại của Mark là 213 820 5741. Một lần nữa là 213 820 5741. Mark nói đó là The Heritage Museum of Orange County là một cái trung tâm non-profit, thì cũng còn rất nhiều cái partnership. Cho nên quý vị có đám cưới, có cái hỏi gì mình muốn đãi tiệc, cái Heritage Museum là một cái trung tâm, một cái museum với cái mansion rất là đẹp để cha chụp hình, để cha có bữa tiệc. Thì chừng nào quý vị muốn ủng hộ non-profit, cái non-profit của Heritage Museum of Orange County cũng xin liên lạc cái Heritage Museum. Julie cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV đã theo dõi chương trình mỗi tuần thứ ba lúc 7 giờ tối. Julie cảm ơn quý vị đã theo dõi chương trình hôm nay và hiểu thêm về công việc để cho mình giúp cho cộng đồng của Việt Nam của mình. Julie chúc quý vị rất nhiều sức khỏe và may mắn. Cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV.